Look at you, a chosen one. On your knees, breathless, the cold floor beneath you a stark contrast to the heat that just surged through your body. Staring at the aftermath of your latest release, a wave of realization crashes over you. Drained, empty, lost. The pleasure that gripped you moments ago has evaporated, leaving behind only a hollow shell of what you once felt. The satisfaction, so fleeting, is now replaced by an unmistakable emptiness. You've felt this before, haven't you? But this time it's different. This time the void is deeper, the sense of loss more profound. Something sacred is slipping away. You thought it was just a moment of pleasure, a brief escape from the pressures of life. But now, in the aftermath, you can't ignore the gnawing sensation in your gut, the one that whispers a truth you've been too afraid to confront. Why does it feel like you've given up more than you gained? And now, as you stare into the void that remains, you're forced to ask yourself, was it worth it? Chosen ones. It wasn't just a release. It was a sacrifice of your very essence, a surrender of the sacred energy that once coursed through your veins, connecting you to the infinite. Each time you let go, it's not just fluid that escapes you. It's your life force, the divine elixir that sustains your vitality, creativity, and spiritual power. Over 200 vital nutrients, each a thread in the tapestry of your being, are torn away, leaving you frayed, unraveling at the edges. These aren't just elements, they are the building blocks of your soul, the very fabric of your existence, painstakingly woven by the cosmos itself. How many more times will you allow this sacred energy to slip through your fingers before you realize the true cost? Sun Simiao, the great king of medicine of the Tang dynasty in ancient China, was the physician saint. Sun Simiao was more than a healer. He was a mystic, a sage who peered beyond the veil of the physical world into the boundless realms of spiritual truth. Sun Simiao's teachings on semen retention were not merely practical advice, but profound revelations from the cosmos itself. He spoke of the life force, Jing, contained within the essence of a man, a sacred elixir that, when preserved, could unlock the hidden doors of vitality and spiritual ascension. Sun Simiao taught that this essence, this sacred seed, was not just for procreation, but was a key to immortality, a pathway to the divine. Sun Simiao revealed that by abstaining from the careless release of this sacred energy, a man could transform himself, transcending the limitations of the mortal coil. After just 100 days of retention, a man's body would become as light as a feather, his strength like that of a young warrior reborn from the fires of rejuvenation. His senses would sharpen, sight and sound becoming more vivid, more alive, as if he were seeing the world anew through the eyes of a sage. But this was just the beginning. Sun Simiao promised that if a man could maintain this discipline for 1,000 days, he would enter into communion with the spirits, the ethereal beings that dance in the spaces between our world and the next. His life would be prolonged, extended by the very forces of the universe that he had harmonized within himself. This was not mere longevity. It was an elevation of existence, a step closer to the gods themselves. Imagine the energy coursing through your veins, not wasted, but redirected, recycled, and refined. This is the alchemy of life force energy, a sacred transformation that can propel you to new heights of consciousness. Sun Simiao's teachings are a testament to the ancient truth that within every man lies the potential for godhood, a latent divinity that can only be realized through mastery of the self. In these ancient teachings, there is a call to reclaim your power, to remember the divine origins of your existence. Chosen ones with great power come great responsibility. Every time you choose to indulge in the fleeting pleasures of the flesh, every time you spill your sacred seed carelessly, you are not just losing a part of yourself, you are sacrificing your connection to the divine. Within that fluid, more than 200 essential minerals, vitamins, and life force energies are contained, elements that are the very building blocks of your spiritual and physical vitality. Imagine this. Your pineal gland, nourished by these sacred nutrients, is like a radiant star, shining brightly in the firmament of your soul. But with each ejaculation, this light dims. Iron, magnesium, tryptophan, and other vital elements are drained away, leaving your cosmic antenna weak, flickering, struggling to maintain its connection to the higher realms. The very essence of your potential, your spiritual fire, is being extinguished for a moment of temporary pleasure. You are not just losing sperm, you are flushing away the sacred elixir of life, the divine nectar that fuels your journey to enlightenment. Each time you release, you are choosing to dim the light of your third eye, to close the door on the higher consciousness that awaits your discovery. And the consequences are profound. With every careless ejaculation you feel it, the fog descending over your mind, the heaviness settling into your spirit. What was once a clear, vibrant connection to the divine becomes clouded, dull, and distant. Your intuition weakens, your spiritual sight grows dim, and the once vivid colors of the higher realms fade into a shadowy gray. You are left spiritually blind, groping in the dark, disconnected from the subtle energies that once guided you. The whispers of higher intelligence, the divine messages that once resonated so clearly, now seem like distant echoes, lost in the chaos of a mind overwhelmed by base urges. You are no longer attuned to the cosmic rhythms, no longer aligned with the universe's sacred dance. Instead, you are adrift, a ship without a compass, sailing aimlessly through the stormy seas of earthly existence. This is the true cost of indulgence, the spiritual depletion that leaves you vulnerable, disconnected, and blind to the wonders of the higher realms. But it does not have to be this way. You have a choice in ejaculation. There is another way, a path that has been walked by the sages and mystics of old, a path that leads not to depletion, but to divine empowerment. This is the path of injaculation, a sacred practice that transcends the mere physicality of sex and elevates it to a spiritual art form. Injaculation is not about abstinence, nor is it about repression. It is about mastery, mastery of your own sexual energy, the very force that animates your being and connects you to the cosmos. Injaculation is the alchemical process of retaining your sacred essence, of circulating this life force energy within your body, transforming it into a higher state of consciousness. Imagine your sexual energy as a powerful river, one that can either flood and dissipate into the earth or be channeled into a reservoir of divine potential. When you practice injaculation, you are choosing to channel this river inward, allowing it to nourish your pineal gland, to feed the flame of your third eye, and to ignite the fires of spiritual awakening within you. Through injaculation, you retain the sacred elixir of life, the essence that is meant not just to create life, but to elevate it. You are no longer a slave to your urges, no longer at the mercy of the base instincts that keep you tethered to the material world. Instead, you become the master of your own destiny, the alchemist who can transmute raw sexual energy into spiritual gold. This practice, revered by ancient cultures and whispered through the halls of esoteric knowledge, is a gateway to higher realms, a bridge between the physical and the divine. By embracing injaculation, you are not denying your sexuality. You are exalting it, transforming it into a powerful tool for spiritual ascension. You are reclaiming your birthright as a divine being, capable of wielding the very forces of creation with wisdom and intention. In a world awash with distractions, where the sacred is often sacrificed at the altar of instant gratification, we have been led astray by a dangerous illusion. Society, with its slick advertisements and casual conversations, has long whispered in our ears that ejaculation and masturbation are harmless natural acts, no more significant than a fleeting sigh of relief. But beneath this veneer of normalcy lies a darker truth, one that has been obscured by the fog of collective ignorance. The first severe consequence of your release is the disruption of your pineal gland, the very gateway to your higher self. Your third eye, once a radiant portal to the mysteries of the universe, now feels like a shadow of its former self. You remember how it used to be, perhaps as a youth, how effortlessly you could pierce through the veil of illusion, how the truth of the cosmos seemed to unfold before your very eyes, offering glimpses of the infinite, the eternal. The second severe consequence is the chaos it unleashes within your body and spirit. Dopamine, the messenger of pleasure and reward, plummets, abandoning you to the gray fog of depletion, where once there was vibrant color and light. This isn't just a chemical imbalance. It's a spiritual disturbance, a ripple in the fabric of your being that echoes far beyond the physical. The third severe consequence is the disconnection from the cosmic rhythms that once guided your life. There was a time when you were in perfect harmony with the cosmos, when the pulse of the universe echoed in your veins, and your every breath seemed to resonate with the rhythms of the stars. Your body was a vessel of cosmic truth, moving in sync with the moon's phases, the sun's journey, and the subtle whispers of the planets as they traced their ancient paths across the sky. The fourth severe consequence of your release is the weakening of your aura, the protective shield that once radiated strength and light. Chosen ones, your aura, once a radiant shield of light, a shimmering fortress that surrounded you with impenetrable strength, now flickers weakly, like a dying ember in the vast darkness. There was a time when your energy field was vibrant and unyielding, a powerful force that repelled all negativity, casting off the shadows that sought to encroach upon your light. But now, that shield has weakened. The cracks are there, subtle at first, but growing wider with every indulgence, every time you gave in to the fleeting pleasures that beckoned you away from your higher path. The fifth severe consequence of your release is the dulling of your extrasensory perception, cutting you off from the subtle energies of the universe. You were attuned to the subtle frequencies that others could not perceive, your soul vibrating in harmony with the higher realms. The sixth severe consequence of your release is your increased vulnerability to external manipulation, as your mind and willpower weaken. Once, you stood firm, unyielding in the face of the world's chaos, your mind sharp and your will as strong as tempered steel. You were a beacon of clarity, guided by the whispers of wisdom that flowed from the higher realms, cutting through the noise of the mundane world. But now that clarity has faded, replaced by a fog that clouds your thoughts and weakens your resolve. The strength you once possessed, the inner fortitude that allowed you to navigate life's challenges with grace and certainty, has been eroded, leaving you vulnerable to the forces that seek to manipulate and control you. But there's still a choice, a glimmer of hope shining through the darkness that surrounds you. The path is not closed, the door to your higher self not locked forever. You can reclaim what you've lost, restore the connection that is frayed, and reignite the light that once burned so brightly within you. Injaculation is not abstinence, not a denial of your desires, but rather the mastery of them. It is the art of harnessing your sexual energy, of channeling that powerful force inward, transforming it into a wellspring of spiritual vitality that nourishes every aspect of your being. The rewards of this path are not merely spiritual, but physical as well. The ancient sages, those who walked the path of the mystic long before us, spoke of the profound transformations that await those who master the art of ejaculation. They promised clearer voice, your words resonating with the power of truth, the vibration of the divine. They spoke of smoother, more radiant skin, the glow of your inner light, manifesting outwardly as a reflection of your spiritual purity. But the benefits do not end there. These ancient teachings, shrouded in mysticism and wisdom, hint at even greater possibilities: levitation, the ability to transcend the very laws of physical reality, to rise above the material world in both body and spirit. This may seem like the stuff of legend, but within these teachings lies a deeper truth: the power of ejaculation to transform your entire being, to align you with the divine forces that govern the universe, and to unlock potentials that have lain dormant within you for eons. But why, you may ask, are we led to believe otherwise? Why does society encourage us to indulge, to release, to weaken ourselves through constant ejaculation? The answer lies in control and manipulation. A population that is drained of its vital energy, numbed by the constant pursuit of pleasure, is easy to control. They are spiritually blind, disconnected from the divine, and unable to see the truth that lies just beyond the veil of illusion. Society has crafted a narrative that encourages men to remain slaves to their base desires, to keep their pineal glands dulled and their spiritual senses muted. But you have the power to break free from this conditioning, to reclaim your birthright as a divine being, capable of wielding your sexual energy with wisdom and intention. You can choose to see through the illusion, to resist the forces that seek to weaken you, and to rise above the distractions of the material world. The next time you feel the urge to ejaculate, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this momentary pleasure worth the cost? Is it worth dimming your spiritual sight, calcifying your pineal gland, and severing your connection to the divine? This simple act of mindfulness, of questioning your impulses, can be the first step in reclaiming your power and beginning your journey towards spiritual mastery. Your sexual energy is not a mere physical impulse. It is sacred, a divine force that deserves to be treated with reverence. By practicing ejaculation, you can learn to redirect this energy, to transmute it into a higher form that nourishes your body, mind, and spirit. This is not repression. It is empowerment, the conscious choice to elevate your sexual energy into a force for spiritual growth. To support your pineal gland, you must nourish it with the right diet and lifestyle choices. Foods rich in zinc, magnesium, iron, and calcium can help keep your pineal gland healthy and vibrant. Consider eliminating fluoride from your diet to prevent calcification and keep your cosmic antenna clear and receptive. You are literally feeding your third eye, nourishing the seed of your soul with the sustenance it needs to remain open and active. Your pineal gland produces melatonin in darkness, and this process is essential for both your sleep and your spiritual awareness. By aligning your sleep patterns with the natural rhythms of the cosmos, waking and sleeping at consistent times, creating a dark, serene environment, you are not just improving your rest, you are synchronizing yourself with the universe, enhancing your connection to the divine. As you walk this path, you will face resistance, both from within and from the world around you. So the choice is yours. Will you continue to give in to base urges, allowing them to drain your vitality, to cloud your mind, and to sever your connection to the divine? Or will you rise, stand tall in the face of temptation, and reclaim the power that is your birthright? Will you choose the path of mastery, the path that leads to enlightenment, to a deeper understanding of your true self, and to the divine realms that await those who are willing to do the work? The time to choose is now. Will you let this moment slip away, lost in the fog of indecision? Or will you seize it, grasp it with both hands, and commit yourself to the path of in-jaculation, to the path of true mastery? The power is within you, waiting to be awakened, but it requires action, it demands discipline, and it calls for a deeper understanding of your own nature. This is your birthright, your destiny, and the choice to embrace it is yours alone. Rise, chosen one, and step into the fullness of your power. Reclaim your birthright and become the God you were always meant to be. The universe awaits your decision. The divine realms stand ready to welcome you home. Will you answer the call?